So I thought I'd do a quick video on something that I've wanted to do for quite a while. My last video you would have seen I put some Exmoor trim door handles on Boris. And we didn't quite realise at the time, but you can only use those with the long barrel system, which is sort of like this, a later version. And if you have a TD5 or later or a Puma, for example, you'll have that already, so you don't have to worry about that. If you've got anything older than that, I'm not sure if it's Defender would work with that, but Defender of an older nature like mine, 300, 200 TDIs, they come with a shorter sort of barrel system. So we got to that and we were like, oh, what can we do? So for then, we just left it with them out, and you can have blanking plates on the other side as well. So what I've now decided to do is bite the bullet and finally upgrade to a longer lock system all the way through. So I popped down to Brookwells and picked up everything I needed. A new rear door latch, which is really nice. That will accommodate the longer locks. 2 captive nut and bolt systems to hold that on. 3 longer lock barrels, as you can see there, 1 for the rear and the 2 front doors. A new genuine ignition barrel. As you can see, that comes with 2 Land Rover keys that you'd see for a Puma. So as I said, I did recently install the aluminium Exmoor trim handles, so I didn't need to pick those up from Brookwells, but you will need, if you're upgrading from the 300 standard short barrel handles, the little arm that actuates the actual lock, and it goes on the back of the barrel there. If you can't use the standard ones because the back of the barrel is different. What I did in Brookwells, they sell the standard Britpart handles. You could chuck those on the car if you really want to. Obviously I went for the upgraded CNC ones, but on the back of there will come that piece which you need there. I'm not sure, but you may be able to pick these pieces up separately as well, but that's just how I did it. So I didn't actually get much footage of it, as it was 7 o'clock in the morning when I did it. But you can see there's a new style lock, and you use the ignition key in there. And obviously if you've got a Puma, you're probably not watching this, it doesn't matter much to you. That's really nice. It's a big deal for me. After 5 years of using this tiny little key in there, hardly be able to use your fingertips to open it. That's really nice. Really easy thing to do. All you need to do really is just get a new handle for a later model and install that. I'll show you a couple of clips here of us doing it with this Exmoor trim one, but that is all you need to really do, and then you'll be able to upgrade it there and just connect it on the back as well. It goes straight in, but just make sure you've got the barrels for your key, and you'll be able to use this in the ignition as well. On this side here, what I've done is actually just install a blanking plate, leave it in. Exmoor trim has it when you buy their handles. I've just left that blanking plate in here, and it means that you just unlock it from inside, because that's probably what I do generally anyway. It means it's not another chance to lock pick it, and it just looks a little bit neater. What you can do is obviously just do the same thing, put the lock in there. I may still do it. I've got a third one if I need it. It means if I'm working on the vehicle, I can come out here and open it and just grab something out of there rather than going all the way through, which is quite nice. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that, and I'm glad that they sell it with that, and I think it's a really nice little addition. What I've done here is mounted up the little arm on the back and the spare barrel as well. I'm going to put that in a little jiffy bag to keep the grease nice and clean in there, and if I think one day actually I would like a lock in the passenger door, I can put that back in, take the blanking plate, and that'd be a good upgrade to do. So once you've done your 2 side doors, you can use your ignition key for that and check that they're all working. Do make sure they're working before you take it anyway, otherwise you're never going to get in ever again. You can work on your ignition barrel. So make sure when you do take the connectors off the back, you keep an eye on where they go. My one was a 5-pin, and I took a photo of the colours that went where and which pins they go on. All you need to do is swap them over, undo 2 bolts underneath the ignition barrel, and then when you put it all back in together, slides in really nicely once you've got all the panels apart on the dash here, and then you tighten it out really tight and it snaps those bolts off, which is an anti-theft method. Make sure you take the key out, you got a steering lock back on again. I actually think the steering lock works better now with a genuine piece, and put it all back together. Make sure the wiring's back in, and you can put your key in, and you can use your door keys for your ignition as well. And that is really nice. You've also just got a nice key. I just love a good key, and it just makes everything all much nicer to use. Next thing, final piece of the puzzle, is the back door. You can't just put a barrel in it, you'll have to put the lock on as well. So I think this is going to be relatively simple really. As I said earlier, I got these captive bits which are really handy, as my old ones are snapped here a little bit, that bolt's missing. I've got some new stainless bolts in that one, and some stainless locking nuts on there as well. They're M6s, pretty self-explanatory, but I need to make sure I insert the long barrel as well. So I've got the barrel there, and as you can see, there's pins sticking out of that side and not that side, and also that brass little sort of springy bit springy bit goes there. It goes that way up when it's on the vehicle, and you put the pins facing down, and hopefully slide that all the way in and it clicks. As you can see, there's the old barrel compared to the new one, a lot longer by comparison, and I'd hope a lot safer as well. Oh yeah, we've got the movement there, which is good. Let's say if it was closed, you can, yeah, locked, open, cool. Nice. Well, that feels a lot better than it used to. It really closes loads better as well. It's funny how you don't notice something getting bad. Oh, that feels better as well. Wow. That has made a huge difference to the door closing as well. I definitely recommend upgrading that. Not only just for getting a longer barrel, different key, but just it shuts so much better as well. Wow. This has been leaking for ages up here when you've been washing it and everything like that. But now that's really positive. Lock. Yep. Yep. Mostly locked. Less of a positive click, but I think it's because it's shutting so solidly now. Wow. Super happy with that. Really good. So there you go then, a nice and easy upgrade, a nice new key, and also just being able to use this one for all the doors that are absolutely brilliant. A really quick and easy job, really. Just replacing the door handles on each side. It's well worth doing that upgrade to a sort of newer version, or upgrading completely to the Exmoor trim ones. And it just means that you go all the way around, and you do find everywhere you upgrade something, maybe something's worn over the last 30 years, however old your vehicle is, and you upgrade it, and actually you didn't realise it was already sort of half broken, like I just did with the back there. I'd say it's definitely worth doing this upgrade. It's nice, simple and easy. Everything's just bolt on, bolt off, but make sure you get all the new fasteners, because there can be a few rusty bits here and there, which I did encounter myself. But I hope this has helped you and you like this video, and I'll see you next time.